is Lauren Esola, and today we'll be discussing a trends analysis report for EDU 723. There are many trends within the United States that are currently affecting educational organizations. Trends in education have the potential to impact the success, viability, and sustainability of all educational systems, including my current school district, PA Cyber. New trends can provide opportunities or threats dependent upon the organization's preparedness and course of action. In this presentation, I will examine 3 trends highlighted by the 2012 PDK Gallup poll. The Gallup poll is a scientifically based longitudinal study focusing on education. The study is completed by 1,002 Americans 18 years and older. The 3 trends I have chosen to address are Common Core standards, school dropouts, and choice, charters, vouchers, and parent options. The first trend I have chosen to address is the Common Core Standards movement. The Common Core State Standards Initiative was coordinated by the National Governors Association and the Council of Chief State School Officers. The standards are a state-led effort developed in collaboration with teachers, school administrators, and experts aimed to provide clear and consistent framework to prepare our children for the college and the workforce. According to their website, the standards provide teachers and parents with a common understanding of what students are expected to learn in mathematics and English language arts. The standards provide a benchmark for all students in kindergarten through 12th grade, regardless of where they live. The state of Pennsylvania adopted the Common Core Standards on July 2, 2010. The Gallup poll indicated that a total of 45 states and the District of Columbia have adopted the standards. According to the poll, most Americans believe the Common Core Standards will provide consistency in education between states and school districts, while allowing the U.S. to compete on a worldwide level. 40% of Americans believe the standards may not have much effect, while half believe they will improve the quality of education. The Common Core Standards movement creates both opportunities and threats for PA Cyber and educational organizations. Fundamentals are currently taking precedence in the United States, and the Common Core Standards have only been developed for math and English. Though the initiative is state and not federal-led, individual testing will most likely accompany the standards. At the start of this school year, PA Cyber teachers were advised to begin to teach to these standards because this is what will be coming and be assessed on the PSSAs in the future. According to Dr. Joyce in the Learning Session Number 5 PowerPoint, the implementation and testing of the standards may place limitations on student learning. There are only 180 days in a school year, and if teachers are advised to focus on Common Core standards, areas aside from math and English may suffer. The curriculum may ultimately narrow. Continuing with the limitations on student learning that would come along with the Common Core standards, all students have individual strengths. Is it fair to have all students learn the same topics at the same rates when there should be a push for individuality? Finally, these Common Core standards are static, while flexibility should be embedded into our school system so students may learn to adapt and to thrive in our current society. The disservice to the students in general would impact all educational organizations. At PA Cyber, we may have to elongate class times for English and math while shortening times for other subjects. PA Cyber may additionally suffer if we are unable to meet testing expectations and scores that go along with the new standards. Teachers will also undergo more stress and work as they will certainly be asked to develop new curriculum to meet the changing standards. Though threats exist, the new standards do provide opportunities. PA Cyber receives students from throughout the Commonwealth, and students are extremely diverse in their skill sets and background knowledge dependent upon their home district where they come from. The national standards may provide more consistency across grade levels for students new to PA Cyber, making the transition to PA Cyber easier for both students, families, and teachers. The standards are also an opportunity for more guidance on helping our students become successful in the 21st century. These standards set high expectations and do include integrating specific skill sets. I would suggest that PA Cyber embrace the current trend effective immediately. The school should continue to push computer programs such as Study Island, which has already aligned itself with the Common Core standards. Teachers should align their curriculum with the new standards, and our curriculum maps completed before the new standards came out should be remapped during the 2013-2014 school year. PA Cyber should additionally prepare by creating a Common Core achievement team for the 2013-2014 school year to address continuing changes and offer insight and details at future in-services. Finally, though PA Cyber will begin to align with these new standards, the organization should also stress the importance of continuing to ensure that our students' individualities are being rewarded through the use of both performance-based assessments and differentiated learning instruction with the inclusion of multiple intelligences within all of our classrooms. The second trend I chose to examine was high school dropouts. The PDK Gallup poll quotes President Obama's 2012 State of the Union address when he proposed that every state required students to stay in high school until they graduate or turn 18. Individual states may potentially raise the compulsory school attendance to 18 or link graduation with the issuance of a driver's license. According to the PDK Gallup poll, in 2012, almost 2 of 3 Americans believe students should remain in school at least until they were 18 years old. Alternatively, Americans are 50-50 on requiring students to graduate from high school in order to receive a license. For PA Cyber, the implementation of such legislation would have a serious impact, as well as on other districts. Currently, PA Cyber graduation rates are measured by the number of students graduating in 4 years with a diploma. The graduation goal measure of a school, according to the PA Department of Education, is 85% for all students. The PA state average for the 2011-2012 school year was 83%, while PA Cyber only had a graduation measure of 61%, according to the school report card. The lowest graduation measure was for Latino, Hispanic, Black, and multiracial students, and those with an IEP. The low graduation measure may pose threats to PA Cyber. Students would potentially be required to stay in school for longer periods of time, which would increase class sizes and virtual classroom availability. Students across the nation may become discouraged to succeed if they were forced to stay in school and continued to fail. The student-specific data of our graduation measure may also give other districts the perception that PA Cyber is failing our students with IEPs and culturally diverse backgrounds. On a positive note, the school would have the opportunity to ensure that all students succeed and are prepared for the workforce in the 21st century. Students with a high school diploma do have a lower chance of being unemployed and a better chance at higher wages. Therefore, educators would better be able to prepare the initially failing students for their future. It may also help the school to strive to better help students with IEPs and diverse backgrounds to succeed. I would really suggest that within the next school year, that PA Cyber develop a team to promote the best practices for ensuring that all students, regardless of their socioeconomic status, ethnicity, or developmental disabilities, are able to graduate within 4 years. The team could really examine where are we failing these students. We should look to create a better professional learning community within PA Cyber. According to Dr. Joyce in Learning Session number 3, there are several big ideas that represent the core principles of professional learning communities. The first big one is ensuring that students learn. And teachers must ensure that students succeed and learn by asking themselves, what do we want each student to learn? how will we know when they've learned it, and how will we respond when a student experiences difficulty in learning? So are these students who are dropping out experiencing difficulties in learning? A professional learning community school would work hard to make sure that the students who are having difficulties and are unable to graduate are identified in a timely fashion and that they receive intervention rather than remediation. They should receive additional assistance until they have mastered all necessary concepts. So PA Cyber needs to make sure that we have those programs in place. And we should also continue to evaluate our effectiveness. We should see if our graduation measure increases and if students are graduating and we have less dropouts. Tangible goals should be created and our outcomes should be measured. So data should not only be found but offered to staff and really put forward to implementing change. So we need to have better programs in place to intervene and help these students before they are dropping out. We need to take a look at not only if we have the support for their learning, but do we have a good enough emotional support system for them? So why are they dropping out and where can we go from here and what can we do to help them? The final trend I chose to evaluate was that of choice, charters, vouchers, and the parent option. In an article by James Harvey titled A Drain on Public Schools, there currently exists 4,600 charter schools in the United States, enrolling more than 1.4 million students. According to the PDK Gallup poll in 2012, for the first time, support for charter schools declined down to 66% this year. The approval rating for private school vouchers has reached 44%. Interestingly, in another aspect of the poll, 70% of Americans favor giving parents whose children attend a failing school the option of mounting a petition drive requesting that teachers and principals be removed. Charter schools do offer choices for families and students aside from the traditional brick and mortar format. Thankfully, at PA Cyber, the school enrollment continues to grow as more families and students are looking for alternative educational routes. Unfortunately, PA Cyber and choice and charter schools do face many different threats. Typically, the issues are specifically related to funding for cyber schools in general. All charter schools may unfortunately receive budget cuts or continued negative publicity, such as PA Cyber receives often. The existence of charter schools actually increases the competitiveness between schools, thus requiring innovation, efficiency, and higher test results to attract attendees. As charter schools increase, there are more options available for students who can opt for differing educational outlets. So these threats have been around for PA Cyber and charter schools since the start of the organization and most likely will remain in the future. Finally, the possibility of the removal of teachers and administrators based on petitioning also poses the threat of really creating an atmosphere of fear rather than a supportive and successful professional learning community where all teachers have the ability to improve their craft and thrive. The increase in charter schools really forces PA Cyber to remain relevant in cyber education. We must strive to never be complacent and continue to advocate for our school and students. It's important that our actions continue to show that we are indispensable to the educational community, regardless of budget constraints or the negative publicity. It may also help the school to continue to strive to provide professional learning development opportunities to teachers so that no teacher will have the threat of being removed. My recommendation to charter and choice advocates is to continue to advocate for schools and choices in education. PA Cyber currently travels to Harrisburg every year and consistently contacts our legislators. So I recommend that PA Cyber continue and begin now advocating for school choice. It will be necessary for this year and following years to advocate for our school and show the media and community that we are helping students achieve and succeed. We need to continue to meet the needs of our students and families to continue our enrollment and retention of students. The Learning Session 3 PowerPoint also noted that it's important to market a school's unique learning environment and inform parents of the choices and that we have choices that might best fit their child's needs. So I would suggest that PA Cyber to continue to market now and in the future to let parents know that there are options and that we can meet their child's needs. These national standards, high school dropouts, and school choice are all continuing trends that can and will impact educational systems and PA Cyber. So PA Cyber must continue to be proactive and strive to ensure that these trends do not have a negative impact but are embraced for a positive impact. This presentation was written and produced by Lauren Esola. The music and pictures are provided royalty-free by Creative Commons and Microsoft Clipart. Thank you for viewing my trends analysis report.